Fashion and politics have been linked in various ways throughout history. Clothing has long been used as a means of expressing one's identity, values, and beliefs, and political figures and movements have often employed fashion as a tool for conveying their messages and ideologies. Here are a few examples. National identity. Clothing can be a powerful symbol of national identity. Political leaders have used fashion to promote their country's culture and heritage, such as traditional costumes, flags, and other national symbols. Political statements. Fashion can also be used to make political statements. For example, the suffragettes in the early 20th century wore white dresses and purple sashes to symbolize purity and loyalty, respectively. In more recent times, designers have used their clothing to make statements on issues such as gender equality, LGBTQ+ rights, and environmentalism. Diplomacy. Fashion has been used as a tool of diplomacy. When visiting foreign countries, political figures often wear clothing that reflects the host country's customs and culture. This can help to build goodwill and promote diplomacy. Economic impact. The fashion industry has a significant economic impact, and political decisions can have a significant impact on the industry. For example, trade policies and tariffs can affect the import and export of textiles and clothing. Celebrity influence. Celebrities have long been influential in fashion trends, and political figures are no exception. The clothing and style of political figures can influence fashion trends, and fashion designers may seek to dress influential political figures in order to increase their own visibility and influence. Power dressing. Fashion can be a tool for conveying power and authority. Political figures often wear clothing that conveys a sense of power and authority, such as tailored suits and formal dresses. This is known as power dressing and is used to project confidence and authority. Cultural appropriation. Fashion can also be a source of controversy when it comes to politics. For example, wearing clothing or accessories from another culture without understanding or respecting its significance can be seen as cultural appropriation. This can lead to criticism and backlash, particularly in the age of social media where cultural sensitivity is increasingly valued. Fashion activism. Fashion can also be a means of activism. For example, the Make America Great Again hats worn by supporters of Donald Trump during his 2016 presidential campaign became a symbol of political activism. Similarly, the pussy hats worn by protesters during the 2017 Women's March were a symbol of feminist activism. Political branding. Fashion can also be used as a means of political branding. Political figures may use clothing and accessories to promote their campaigns and platforms. For example, during the 2020 US presidential campaign, supporters of Joe Biden wore Joe t-shirts to promote his campaign. Fashion and social change. Finally, fashion can be a means of promoting social change. For example, the fashion industry has been criticized for promoting unrealistic body standards, but in recent years, there has been a growing movement towards more diverse and inclusive fashion. This has been driven in part by political movements such as the body positivity movement. National economic impact. The fashion industry is a significant contributor to the economy, both nationally and globally. For example, the fashion industry in the United States employs over 1.8 million people and generates over $370 billion in revenue annually. As such,